Got ourselves a Bone Vic. Oh, hey, my man. How you doing? That, as much as I dislike Shadowlands as an expansion, I do love the sets, dude. The Venti in particular. I'm not a big fan. If you look at the helm of the plate helm, you can actually see the turret snout slightly poking past the helm. It doesn't look super aesthetic, but the actual set looks amazing. Mortal reflected back at Rick though. As Bone taking a lot of damage. It's going to be a board Bone main you should go for. A big old parry. Does get knocked back. Spear down into Rick. Does not connect. And I think he's just down for the count. Oh no! The boy does not survive. The entire army of Leech. I swear to God, if you landed a stone, that would have been the biggest brain play ever. That would have been insane. Rick dropping down a Fell Lord to protect him. Axe toss into Smirshka. Does go for evasion. Trying to see if he can avoid the Fell Lord. Rick just trying to see if he can counter with some of his own healing. Wall is getting used here. Now Smirshka goes in for a couple of hits and runs and bails out of there. Oh my God. That's a hell of an aggressive start in the opener. Bats are in. Doomguard is in. Guarding the Warlock. And Smirshka trying to see if he can get himself a good angle here. Does he get a proper setup or not? Is the question. Does get a step. Cheap shot to follow up. Maybe a pet to follow up. Axos? No. No, Axos. No, a little bit late, but it does use it. For Rick, he's down on health. He needs to buy himself 20 seconds until Mortal Coil is back up. I don't know if he's got a Mortal Coil. Mortal is in. You got to land CC. You have to land aggressive with CC as I'm trying to figure out who I'm using the camera for. Drain life on the Smirshka. Just try to see if you can avoid him. If you can just get some pets. There goes the Smirshka. Catches a reset though. It's going to be a Shadow Fury. Does not connect. Rick does get himself a Dark Pack. Gateway's up. So might be able to use it in escape. I don't know if he's got an Axos ready. He needs to find a way to counter this Smirshka. The eyes are available. He does go for the eyes. Gateway is going to be a sap. Bet can stop him though. Bet is in a position. Axos connects. Charges in. I don't know if you got a Mortal Coil. Fear to follow up. Crowd control is all Rick can do right now. He does have a Warlock Hellstone backup. But he needs to land CC onto this Smirshka. Needs to get a couple of pets. Shadow mode by the Rogue. So you get himself yet another go. This is so rough for the Warlock. Picking up another eye, should be able to see the Rogue. He's just using the Glide ability to get into some range. Does go for a quick hit onto the Rogue. Kidney shot locking him down. Board instantly. Warlock Hellstone. Dark Pack needs to be used immediately. I don't even know if that'll give you much health. Mortal Coil does connect. Maybe Fear to follow. Axe toss. Picking up as much health as he can. Fear right after. Catches a reset. Oh, the pets are in play though. Dark Pack helping you a little bit. Oh, you need something, anything. Second Axe toss, double pet. You just gotta live. Just gotta live and not die. Oh my God, Rick. Oh, into the fire, into the kitchen, into the skeleton, into the oven. Rick does not get a breather. Warlock Hellstone, Warlock Port. He's got himself a Fell Lord. Oh, but he can't catch well into him. That is so rough. That Warlock had to play so safe and just deal with so much aggression back to back. No, Bone Vic, dude, I know, Bone Vic, man. He got devoured by that entire army of demons, but he was able to barely. He almost did it too. Like, you just needed like a, I don't know, like a fear on the pets, maybe leap or something. Because he had a really good lockdown on him. He had a decent damage onto Rick. I guess lockdown would not be a good way to put it because he never got to spear him properly. But like the potential damage was there. It just never really had like enough finishing power there. Too many demons. Too much CC. Sham does take a lot of damage from Dalaran though. Taking lots of hits after hits. He does go for big damage, but as soon as he gets anything going, looks like there's always a slow from the Paladin, and he's just avoiding Sham as best as he can around this pillar, not letting him touch him whatsoever. Waiting until cooldowns are back up and available. Likely waiting for a stun to go and follow up with the Wake of Ashes. It is going to be shrinking out of Sham. Does he get to follow up anything right after? He doesn't have a wall. Bulwark Totem has been used. Stun Totem around the corner. It is going to try to restun. Does not get to connect. I think he either killed the totem or tried to move it or something. Sham does pick up a little bit of healing. Get himself a Bloodlust. Doom wins as well. Picking up a bunch of procs. Maybe he can get himself a lot of damage with it. The wolves are in play. Lots of Maelstrom to follow. Does have Grounded Totem. Taking it out very... Does he? Was that Grounded Totem? Or was that a Root Totem, actually? Might have been a Root Totem, actually. Leaping on top of Val. Val got himself full wings available. Everything layer has to follow Sham. I don't know if he can live this. Having to back up out of there immediately. Trying to heal through the damage taken, but it may not be enough. And Val does it, throwing everything at the guy. With Ujako? I don't even know how to say your name, honestly. I am so sorry. but might be able to get a bubble out of Val though. Big burst that is going to be bubble as Celestial Conduit is out. And Val thought to maybe get some counter pressure versus the Monk as he splits himself into images. Storm, Earth, and Fire does get a charge. Quick slice and wins. Blind right after. Trying to go for Searing Glare. Does not let him into a trinket out for leg sweep. Oh, but that Whirling Dragon Punch does end it. Ujaku was able to get himself good lockdown, lived the bubble, and was able to follow up plush as an assassination rogue, though maybe a bit of trouble for this man. Got himself a bit of decent damage. Eviscerates and everything. Vanished for a second with a cheap shot to follow. Full death mark, everything available. Cloak of Shadows, he can technically steal Karma. Oh, yeah, Cloak does, it doesn't really remove Karma. It just removes the damage Karma does. But doesn't really remove the debuff. Does go for the Karma. That is dots. Reverse back to plush. For Ujaku, this is an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing. Plus, try to go for a bit of first aid. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, unfortunately. As Ujaku just looking for that lockdown with the roots, man. Just doesn't want to let the road go anywhere. Blind to follow. And he might just be able to waddle out of there. Plus, needs to catch a quick reset. He does still have Kingsbane. And Ujaku does not have a trinket. So he could be in a bad spot. Get the shot instantly. In that opener, all the dots are in. Evasion out for the rogue, does go for the trinket, Kingsbane, everything is up. I don't think, oh! Oh, baby, that was some damage. All right. Flush apparently got a couple of good hits behind him. Gore's got hit with a garrote into a smoke bomb, have to waddle back towards the rogue. And for Plush, he just eats calm points, gouge for a second, does have a disarm. Another garrote into Gore's for a moment too, so that works out for him really, really well. It's kind of out in the open though. He needs to disarm. Yeah, it does go for disarm. See a little bit of damage. Gore's actually trinkets the disarm just so he can get his weapons back. If only he had a blind to follow up, man. Yeah, he's going to be able to get a couple of swipes in, taking him out. I really need to see what was that go. I mean, you established Kingsbane on the Monk. A little bit of dots, and then you just like wiped out the rest of the health bar in a global. That was so good. Got himself a little bit of this freeze with Blizzard as well as a frozen orb around the corner. Gore's does not get locked down easily. Does actually, in fact, I think got a precog proc from Young, which actually that might have been what happened. Did you get precog? Hold on, if you're running a precog gem, that means even if you get interrupted, you can just get immune to CC. That could be really good against a mage. That means you got to hardcast stuff into him like a hex or just a hardcast heal into yourself. Predict like a blink kick and just stop it before or right as it happens. If you can do so. No, actually, maybe it's this time it's Spirit Walker's Grace that gives him that immunity to interrupts. That time it's Spirit Walker's full ascend, everything is available, but Young doesn't want to deal with it. Polly and just runs it. Oh no, Goeris! Oh, that damage. He has a lot of potential damage. Those wind strikes would be brutal, but they're just out and they're gone. That is so rough, man. That is so incredibly rough. Oh, that is unfortunate. Just a quick poly and run away from the guy. The mage, dude, the mages. Goeris needs, I think, to just slow it down a little. I think that's what he needs, just for things to slow down a bit. Just this duel to get a little bit slower, right? Just find a way to lock down the mage, hit him with a slow, try to go for a kick, does not connect. The stun totem is going to be immune with a precognition. Stun onto Goeris though, nothing you can do. Does get a knock into Young, but Young with some damage with Frostfire Bolts follow up. Does get a decent bit of procs actually, a couple of casts. Does get Goeris kind of low with a Ray of Frost. Is he going to be able to live it? Try to heal it. Young trying to see if he can blink, maybe land a kick on him. Is going to be able to reverse things. Big Frost Bolt Flurry volley. Is that the tier set? I've never seen the Frostbolt like arc from above your head like that. That's got to be the tier set Frostbolt, right? It's like a random proc, jackpot proc. Is that thing even good? I remember that being like a very underwhelming tier set on PTR back when doing some testing. Like damage wise, it was kind of like whatever. Is that even good? Does that count like a Frostbolt? Because if it counts as a Frostbolt, if you amp it up with all the Frostbolt based talents, maybe I can see that be good. Maybe. But yeah, that one is interesting. Stun onto Young, does force a blink out of the mage. I don't know if you can move the totem, try to land a kick, but there's going to be a precog. Trinket out for Guerreros, does get hit with a breath into a stun. At least he has a pre-wall available for this one. It is going to be Young with a full Ray of Frost, casting while moving. Guerreros still took a huge bit of hit, a bit of damage while Wall was active. I think he just buying himself time until Ascendance is back up. Because once Ascendance and Doomans are in, he might be able to make a play. Might just need to go full Ascend here. Might just need to send everything. I don't know if he got it all. Might need a kick. That's gonna be a poly on his cooldowns. Wait, is Young just gonna He's got it set up. Another poly. He just trying to see if he can end it, but oh, Gomer's almost turned it around. Just a couple of win strikes is all he needed. And Leo, I think, is trying to give Young an opportunity here. Try to give this man a chance to go for a proper honor duel, man. I like the flower crown thing you got going on with the set. That looks good. Oh, that's also the original Ashkandi. I mean, the classic is, you gotta appreciate it, but look at the textures. You know, sometimes they do like a remake of an original item. Ass Candy. Yeah, Ass Candy for sure. But you know what they do sometimes, like a remake of items, like TBC sets. They remade them in Legion for the Jiraxes. I called it Jirax for Kill Jaden fight, for Kill Jaden raid. Yeah, I thought that was really good. Like sometimes they remake stuff and it doesn't look as good as the original. I mean, yeah, Ass Candy definitely needed a remake, and they did a really good job with it in Aberrus. If anything, it looks awesome. Big fan. Jiraxes raid win. Bro, I'm surprised we haven't had a Jiraxes raid. That should have been like a mini event raid for bosses. Jiraxes is the final boss. Just the wackiest mechanics thrown into a raid. And mini demonic invasion from another universe. I'm sure they could do something with Chromie time for a wacky experience that's fun at the same time. Leo trying to see if he can ramp up a bunch of damage. Is it going to be enough though? He's playing the vampiric build. It might not be enough to stand the test of time versus Young though. As he got Lances back to back spiking right through him. That is rough, man. That is not easy. That is not easy. I don't see a lot of Sunlay on DKs. Usually most of them, at least from what I've been able to run into, usually the army for a lot of that burst damage. Although Sunlay does work for PvE. I guess it might be better in group content because you can at least like have somebody heal you, right? Like a solo or whatever.